Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you can know what new material is coming out. IG, ElephantMan _podcast. Facebook is growing. / ElephantMan Podcast on YouTube as well. Shalom, 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 everybody on Monday. What's going on? Blessings to you all. I didn't post that I was coming on. I was just coming on, just chewing the fat and talking about a few different things. So blessings to everybody. Blessings to everybody. And sometimes it's better to get on and chop it up and chew the fat with the people. All right? Instead of having a specific topic. All right? Because it ends up going that way anyway when we get to chopping it up. Blessings to you all. Subscribe, like, share. Hopefully my internet act right because I don't know what's going on. Also, I'm going to tell you guys something, too, about the Jason Camp 4 from Baltimore. Camp 4 from Baltimore. Shalom, shalom, brother. That's my rhyme I got. Camp 4 from Baltimore. Not to tell you a location. But, yeah, man, I think it's real weird things going on. I don't know if that's just happening on my channel or not. But every time, see, I'm almost at a stack, almost at 1,000. And every time I get to like 980, 981, 2 or 3 subscribers are off the channel. So let's look at my site. Oh, yeah. So see that? I don't know if you can see it right there, my subscriber list. So I'm at 979 right now, right? And every time I get like to 981, 982, then like 2 or 3 subscribers is like gone. Now you can unsubscribe anytime you want to. I get it. So if you like, that was my dude, I was rolling with him, then he had a controversial show, or he had an opinion that I didn't agree with. I don't want to get no more of his stuff. I get that. But it was just real strange because I was getting a lot. Every time I get to 981, 982, it just go back to 978, 9. You know, I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. And that's the only reason I've just got drawn suspicion with it. So I don't know if it's my channel. I don't know if people like forget you, which is cool too. I understand. It ain't for Elephant Man Podcast, ain't for everybody. They say forget you, dude, or if it's just some fishy business going on, right? Some funny business going on. And that is one of the main things that I'm going to talk about today. One of a few things, you know. Let me know what y'all think. A lot of people are chiming, before I get into that, a lot of people are chiming in about the Kanye West thing, Why Lives Matter shirts. I actually think it might be some kind of distraction or something, like they're doing some kind of bill or something, you know, some kind of law or legislation behind the scenes while we worrying about that, you know. Also, I don't know, man. He's brother all over the place. We all know that. Shout out to Sister Shonda Law. She had a show earlier today. Shout out to Pastor Kelly. He had a show about it. Just real weird, man. I mean, you can put any kind of shirt. You can wear what you want. Freedom of speech and freedom of press, right? Right? Speaking of that, let's get right into this video that I got. I'm going to delete this video. And I'm not delete. I'm going to share this video with you guys. That's very, very interesting about this bill, Communication Decency Act, Section 230. So I'm going to share the screen. I'll show 2 little videos about it, and then hopefully it won't stick. And and we'll see what's going on with it. But let's go right here with this first. The CNN 10, because I was at work, you know, and I work at a school, and we show CNN 10 every morning to the young middle schools, kids. And I was kind of like, oh, that's an interesting topic. But let's check this out.
Today, the Supreme Court is hearing a case that could decide the internet's future. A new threat to the internet? It all started back in 1996 when the Communications Decency Act was created to protect free speech online. But both Democrats and Republicans believe the law makes social media companies too powerful by shielding them from getting sued when users post harmful content on their platforms. The case could impact companies that don't remove content even when it violates their policies. We'll hear more now from CNN digital producer John Sarlin, who's exploring what this all means.
Mark, can you just give us a quick rundown of Section 230 and why it's relevant to these two cases?
Yeah, so Section 230 is sort of the foundational law of the internet, and it says when people post stuff on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube that might be illegal, objectionable, defamatory, those platforms can't be sued. So they're not like the New York Times, which can be sued if it publishes something defamatory. They're special, they're different. And the idea here was to ensure that 1,000 flowers could bloom on the internet, that platforms wouldn't be stymied from allowing all of this speech, and that they could moderate content as they saw fit without worrying about any kind of legal ramifications. But this was in the mid-90s when Congress did not understand the internet and very few of us foresaw what was going to happen to it. The challenges facing Section 230 today are very different.
Let's say the Supreme Court does go ahead and gut or repeal Section 230. Can we even imagine what an internet without it would look like at this point?
It's impossible to imagine because we all know that these algorithms are like the business model of social media. They rely on these algorithms to moderate a mind-boggling amount of content all the time. And what the platforms are telling the Supreme Court is, look, there's just no way that we can design a perfect algorithm that isn't going to sometimes mess up and put alarming or dangerous speech in front of eyeballs where it shouldn't be. They're saying that this is a fundamental threat to their existence, because if the Supreme Court opens up liability under these circumstances, they're going to have to either recalibrate all of their algorithms or rely on human beings to moderate every bit of content on their website, which would not be possible even if they hired an army of 1 billion content moderators. It just can't be done.
And meow for today.
All right. Oh, come on, internet. Why is it doing all of that? So that leaves me to think about censorship. I got a lot of shows on the censorship. So it's pros and cons to it. So we get it. You want to protect people from giving out misinformation, disinformation, right? One thing that the providers can do, like YouTube and other platforms, they have the freedom to moderate material, right? So if you got truth, if you got something that's contrary to the something that's trying to be pushed, contrary to agenda that's pushed, they can moderate that joint, right? They can take it off. They can, demonetize you. They can put you in Facebook jail. They can do all kind of stuff, right? All in the name of truth. Now, we know there are such things as online bullying. We know there's such thing as hate speech. But sometimes it's just you just going against the narrative of what's going on, right? And so I think that's very, very interesting. That is the Communication Decency Act, Section 230. So if anybody, quote unquote, violates the policy on the internet, fair use for what I'm showing and what I'm doing. Anybody violate, I'm going to put that on there. On the internet, why is it not showing? Fair use. Then they can say, you know what? We're going to be the moderator. We're going to take it off. And I think it's called content speech policing. Content speech policing. So if I want everybody to think a certain way, right? Do a certain thing, right? I want to do something. Then I could just say, hey, man, you know what? That side, the red side is terrible, right? The blue side is terrible, right? And I say, hey, man, it's Puppet Master one behind the scenes of that. Let's come together. They can ban my stuff for saying that, for speaking truth. And I think that's what's going to happen a lot. A lot of stuff is going to be banned. Again, it's very, very weird what's going on with subscribers. They're unsubscribing. At first, I wasn't paying attention to it. I was like, oh, man, I must have had some hardcore something or something that rubbed somebody the wrong way. And then I turn around. Every time it go to 980, 981, two or three get knocked off. I'm like, that's weird. And they kept doing it every week. So I'm just like, man, they're trying to keep me in. Probably Maybe not. It could be a coincidence. Keep me at a certain mark so I don't reach that stack. So that's very interesting. Shalom, Nicole Marie, shalom. Shalom to you. Kamiria Poet, shalom. Shalom, blessed to you. Josiah bin Yehuda, shalom. Shalom to you. Blessings to you. William Smithers, blessings to you. You love Yah. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Yeah, when it's actual truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, but just think about it back in the day, right? We couldn't speak a lot, right? They had the major radio stations, right? You had the major TV stations. You know who owned that, right? The ABC, even before it was a lot of it was the major TV stations, ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, and you had the major newspapers, right? And so whatever USA Today said or Time or Life, whatever they said, that was it. You know what I mean? And you took it, and it was called, it's supposed to be an integrity in the journalism field, right? To print what happened. If person A hit person B upside the head with a rock, and you're a reporter, you got to report it just like it is. Person A hit person B upside the head with a rock, right? Now you can change it and flip it and all kind of stuff, right? But with the advent of the internet, like they said back in 2006, when they first came out with this stuff, it wasn't a lot of people using it. 26% users, right? But now more billions and billions of people are online. So, and with the advent of Facebook and YouTube and IG and Twitter, folk are saying all kind of stuff. So if they want to put something out that's contrary to what the narrative is, they can call it fake news, call it all this other different stuff, right? And we got access to these maps, and we got access to books, we got access to each other. We couldn't even communicate with the continent unless you physically flew over there or knew somebody over there. You couldn't physically talk to nobody on the continent, right? Now I know people in Uganda now, Ghana, right? Tanzania, South Africa. I know people all on the continent now. We can communicate. We can share. We can talk back and forth. Now you couldn't do that before the internet was rolling like that, right? So society has changed. Our world has changed. They like, man, we got to get a hold on this, right? We got to figure out a way how we can still push what we want and control algorithms. But if this truth starts seeping out, we got to be able to slow it down and stop it, right? And that's just my opinion. I believe they're going for censorship. You guys know about the credit score, right? The social credit score. This is not conspiracy theory. It's just social credit score is like your credit score, like when you try to save for a house or a car or something. You build your credit up, right? You buy things. You build your credit up. Get it to a strong 700. Then you can purchase things like a home, a car, different things like that, right? And so the social credit score is if you behave, and they got some they experiment with the social credit score. Look it up. Social credit score overseas in Asia, right? In certain towns and certain cities, if you behave, if you do things right, if you be a good law-abiding citizen, then you get social credits, right? You'll be able to buy certain things. You'll be able to ride certain trains and airplanes. You'll be able to go to certain restaurants and theaters and different things like that. But if you don't, or don't get your social credit score up, then it's a possibility that your social credit score alone, you can't do a lot of different things. You won't be able to function. You won't be able to buy or sell like it says in Revelation, So I believe it would be tied to that. I also believe it to be tied to those jabs because they ain't done with them jabs, y'all. They just got this whole war narrative going on right now. And it's hard to believe, fair use that, the Ukraine, they winning. It's like, I know Russian army is crazy. They know they might get a little patch of land, But Russia can bang with anybody on the planet, right? McGall can bang with anybody on the planet, let alone a little, place that's being helped by the U.S. You know what I mean? China, 200 million man army, 200 million man army. That's not the drones. That's not the tanks. That's not the planes. 200 million man army, right? So they could get it in. So to say that this little, country can, I don't know. But anyway, that's just me. Blessings to y'all. Blessings to y'all. I don't know what's going on with the Kanye thing. I think it might be a distraction. He can put whatever he want on the shirt. You know what I mean? He's everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? All lives matter. Blue lives matter. Black lives matter. White lives matter. You know what? It's okay. I remember when Yahushua, Yahweh was about to deliver us from the land of Egypt, and Pharaoh just kept hardening his heart. It said that sometimes the Most High was hardening his heart, right? And he was getting mollywopped, right? The heart is desperately wicked. They're trying to be so manipulative, right? So want to be in control. So the fear of losing control, the fear of losing what you have, right? Surrendering, we got to surrender all, right? The heart is desperately wicked, man. We got to get it together. We got to get it together, right? And that's why I think it say pray for those who despitefully use you, because they're not clothed in their right mind. They're not well. They don't know who they messing with, right? They don't know who they messing with or who's they messing with, right? And that's the reason why I was saying this last week over the weekend, it would be a terrible thing if they know who true Israel is. They say, I will bless them that bless you. I will curse them that curse you. We did all of this when we thought the Rev 29 people was it. But now we know who the real people are, and it's just terrifying. Yeah, the same ones you shot dead in the street, the same ones you hung by trees. And not just that, but it'll be a terrifying thing to fall into the hands of the living Yah. All right? And then we got to respect each other too. And some people just say, you ain't got to worry about that. That's not our identity. But the reason that we need our identity, we heard, shout out to Elder Shelby. He said the reason people need to know who they are, who they are, because they will act different. They will walk different. They'll talk different, right? They'll move different, right? If you have no identity, and then we got mistaken identity, it's just a lot of sleight of hand going on. If it don't matter, then why somebody else got to prance around like you? So it must matter, right? It don't matter who is who. Yeah, it do, because you run around trying to be royalty, right? So anyway, that's that. So I got this other video about the Coolio sacrifice. I'll be trying to stay away from. Oh, let's show this other video about the Section 230 again from Wall Street Journal site. It's very, very interesting. I'm gonna close out that site. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's at 979. I'm gonna watch it and see why is it doing that. It is what it is. So I'm gonna play this about rapper Coolio and see what's going on with it. I'm gonna share this. I like to wait a couple of days before I get into different things. Sometimes it be old news by the time I talk about it, but I like to let all the smoke clear and let the dust settle. And rapper Coolio, known for Gangsta's Paradise, died at 59. But a lot of these guys are, they know a lot of different things, and they say a lot of different things. And so I'm going to present this. This is very interesting things, what's going on, what happened with Brother Coolio. Some people say he was a sacrifice. I don't know. I'm going to let you tell me what you think it is. What's going on with it? Check it out.
Coolio's run-ins with the law, rappers' arrests, charges, and crimes over the years. Now, mind you, when gangster rap came out, about 90.99.9% of those gangster rappers
fair use
was all
and
frauds.
excuse the cursing.
They just got in the studio and did what the record labels wanted them to do. They was pushing gangster rap, so a lot of people signed up for gangster rap, even though they wasn't really no gangsters. Coolio, and no disrespect to him because he's no longer here, but he wasn't even from California originally, just like a lot of those rappers is not even from Cali, man. How much was Coolio worth upon his death at age 59? Rapper Coolio, most famous for his hit song Gangsta's Paradise, died at the age of 59 on September 28th. Rest in peace to him. At the time of his death, the performer held an estimated net worth of $1.5 million. Now let's talk about it, man. Gangsta's Paradise came out in the early 90s, so he's still been able to hold on to $1.5 million. So somebody has been feeding him all of these years. But whoever that somebody is most likely in charge of his real account, his real estate, his real money that he's supposed to be having for this long. But it seems like this man has been pacified for the longest, just like the rest of these rappers. But Snoop Dogg broke the mold, man. I'm about to show y'all what I'm talking about. Because it's really simple. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Matter of fact, get this right. As the beat and lyrics of the 1995 hit song Gangsta's Paradise came together, Coolio knew he had struck gold. The unlikely meshing of gospel and rap, spine-chilling lyrics, it really wasn't all that great. No disrespect. The award-winning rapper who was among hip-hop's biggest names during the 90s was partly right. Gangsta's Paradise endures as one of the most listed songs, raking up 1 billion plays on both YouTube and Spotify earlier this year. So this stuff just had a boom out the blue. And then he passed away. Coolio had been touring ever since his release at age 59. He was scheduled to play in Stuttgart, Germany on Saturday, but on Wednesday afternoon, the artist unexpectedly fell dead at a friend's Los Angeles home. His manager confirmed, man. Let's talk about this.
This game, you're not ready for it.
With all of these rappers getting killed in LA, it make you think there must be a bounty out for gangster rappers. And I mean that. And a lot of entertainers, period, pass away in Los Angeles. But what I'm trying to share with y'all is it's a possibility that this man was owed some real big money, because now the thing is everybody's selling their masters. People that have catalogs, you got to come up off of those catalogs, man. But for gangster rap, it's a little different, because when Snoop Dogg acquired Death Row, you got plenty of artists out there trying to figure out, well, what about my shit? I was a part of this label. I'm supposed to have something. How this people, and Snoop Dogg is giving people the information on how he did it. And it really wasn't that hard, according to Snoop. You just got to call the right people, a favor for a favor. You put them in the game, they put you in the game, type of thing. Y'all can work together. And a lot of people are signing up to do that. And allegedly, Coolio was in the process of getting his career back on track, but things was cut short. Y'all need to listen at this, man. Yo, Reg, cut that off. All right, here we go. Listen at this, y'all.
The music world mourning the loss of one of the biggest names in hip-hop. Coolio died today at the age of 59.
Oh, shit. No. Pause it. Hold on, y'all. I do apologize. Can't have them copyrights going off on here.
Paradise, the #1 hit from 1995. The song was featured in the soundtrack of the movie Dangerous Minds.
Let me explain something to y'all before we even continue, man. Gangsta's Paradise.
All right. Man, excuse the language, man. I will put the link in the chat so you'll be able to watch the rest of that. It's about an hour long, but there was a lot of different things going on. But hold on, I'm gonna try to mute this other thing. So he had an Instagram when he was talking about I'm cool on that. He was talking about a lot of different things. A lot of times when you expose their little agendas and stuff, they get kind of frustrated and get upset. You know what I mean? But I can understand why he died. You know, Yeah, it was getting interesting. It was getting interesting. It was, but it's so long. I wanted him to get to the good part. That's why I put that link in the chat so you can be able to check it out. But a lot of these guys are that. But 1.5 million, because he only had what, 2 songs? Oh yeah, Fantastic Voyage, and he did The Gangster's Paradise, right? And that happened in the 90s. You know, for the old heads, or the mid heads, or so for them, I mean, but he was saying a lot of different things. He was exposing a lot of different things on IG and different things, and it was real wild that he just come up missing, and he died in a friend's home, you know, suddenly and all of that. It's just be real suspicious, man. That's why, you know, what is it profit a man to gain the whole world loses? So shout out to Coolio and bless his family, man. It's just a real sad thing going on, man. We have to come out of Babylon. We got to stay focused, man. We got to come out of Babylon for real, you know. And even when you try to expose these, it goes back to the censorship, you know. Even as unto death, try to tell the truth, or suppressing content, right? Because it doesn't go with the narrative. They control the narrative of different things like that. But we definitely, like he had I'm going to show this other part. Let me go ahead and show it. It's not long. Stop the screen. Let's show this real quick. Present. Share. Come together and protect one another. Absolutely. Look, love, yeah, you're right. Coolest latest Instagram. All right, let's see. I got it right. All right, watch this.
What I'm cool on today is when something is obviously wrong, or you see something going on, and then somebody brings it to your attention, right? And then you sit there and argue them down about how it's not true. I'm cool on that, for real, because you know, some things are make believe, some things are fictional, some things are fake, and some things we don't know about. But if something is obvious, whether you've done the research or not, if something is obvious, then why would you argue about it? Okay? Now y'all can go home and drink your Androchrome, you sucker ass motherfuckers. I'm cool on that. Shaka Zulu, man.
Connected to the Wi-Fi? Oh, there you go.
Okay, so listen. It's another segment of I'm cool on that. I know I said that I was gonna do this every day, right? And you know, I've been trying, but okay, so I'm gonna commit to this. I'm gonna do this every day. Listen, I'm tired of these telemarketers, man. Y'all having the same problem? If you are, you know, hit me with a little comment and let me know. These telemarketers driving me crazy, man. They hitting me with text messages, emails, and they just talking nonsense about, oh, click here if you want to get these resources. I'm cool on that. I don't need that from you. Okay? My girl is getting texts about her ED, her erectile dysfunction. Yo, telemarketers, she don't have a penis. So what the fuck, man? This shit is ridiculous. It needs to stop. All right? I'm not changing my number. Y'all gonna change the way y'all do shit, or we gonna have a problem. All right? So look, I'm cool on that. On some real shit. I'm cool on all these. I'm talking about, I'm getting more text messages from telemarketers than I do from real people in my life. Shit. Taking up all the space on my phone and shit. I gotta be erasing. I gotta take time out of my day.
So he was on that. I'm cool on that series. That was Coolio again, pardon the cursing. He was like, I'm cool on that. But then he starts going into some stuff about the industry. You know, start telling little secrets, start telling little things. I'm cool, you know. And it's real interesting. People have these little secrets. They say a person that live in a glass, you can't throw stones if you live in a glass house. And that basically means is, look, We all in Hollywood. We all in the music industry. We all Ophi, shalom, 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 shalom. We all in this together, right? I got dirt on you. You got dirt on me. We can't really speak how we want to speak. That's a miserable way to live, right? So you think he's irrelevant? He's old. He's an older rapper from the 80s, 90s rather. But then he started doing this. I'm cool on that video. But then he started getting deep. He started telling like little secrets. He started telling about his places. He started saying, mentioning names indirectly. He started doing all these different things. Then it just started getting interesting. Next you know, he died, right? Because I guess he was quote unquote talking too much, right? He was telling the truth, right? People don't like the truth. Truth shines light in the darkness. People do not like the truth, right? You would get persecuted for the truth. I believe it's coming a time, and I don't say I believe, I really know it's coming a time, salt and light in the earth will be hated. They will be persecuted. If you ever see my one show about Chrislam, the combining of the Pope is combining Christianity and Islam, a sect of it, Christianity and Islam, and a lot of the one world, a lot of the different religions is coming together under one banner and stuff like that. A lot of the world systems are going to come together too. All of these wars and stuff, and people are going to be wore out, and they're going to be like, you know what? Mine ain't better than yours. Yours ain't better than mine. They're going to have this fake, false peace, right? And then you're going to have this remnant of people, these quote-unquote misfits, these knuckleheads, these people who are against progress in their eyes. Listen to what I'm saying. And say, no, for y'all we live, for y'all we die, right? We ain't censoring nothing. We still sticking to the word. It's a lot of new age theology. It's a lot of new age things in the word. They try to mix it. It's a lot of blending and mixing. So you don't know what's true and what's fake, right? The trying to get rid of the Old Testament. Old Testament is done with. You know, he died on the cross, this, that, and the other. So don't need to read the Old Testament. But the Old Testament talk about things like don't consult the dead, necromancy, and different things like that. They don't even really speak about it in the New Testament. So the old, quote unquote, old reveals. Matter of fact, when they was walking around living, Paul, Peter, John, all of them, they was quoting the Tanakh and the Torah and the Old Testament because they was living the New Testament in real time. So what was they speaking? They were speaking the Old Testament. And so I say all that to say, they gonna censor the truth, y'all. And anybody want to stand in truth and stand in righteousness will be persecuted. They will be persecuted, right? Because you're stopping progress, right? So yeah, exposing, absolutely exposing. It's a lot of that going on, man. Exposing, for real, man. And we just gotta tell the truth, man, and love, man. And continue to pray for people. Continue to pray for one another, for real, because it's that censorship. They bringing it. That came out in that came out in 2000. I'm sorry. That wasn't even 2000. It was 1986, right? 1986. They trying to take it back to the Supreme Court and figure out how they're gonna be able to censor and do different things like that. So that's very, very interesting. Coolio, he was just, like he was ranting, and then after a while he started getting serious with it, and then next all of a sudden he died. And I don't know if that's a coincidence. I really don't think that's a coincidence that he just died, because he wasn't relevant like that. You know what I mean? Not saying that he wasn't relevant, but he wasn't in the music game like that. He even made a song since Gangsta Paradise and Fantastic Voyage, right? So that's very, very interesting. Wars and rumors of wars going on, right? All these different things are going on. They're trying to gain Khazaria back, the old Khazaria back. I'm going to read these scriptures real quick. So I'm going to go the Bible, but I had read yesterday. I'm going to read two of them. Psalms 34. Tehillim 34. All right. But read that. He's a provider and a deliverer. He's a provider and a deliverer will be in the wilderness. Yeah. Yep. Second Exodus. A lot of, you know what, too, if y'all haven't toned into what's his name, Truth Unedited, like he's like, I really believe it's the time for the awakening of full throttle, right? It was picking up a little bit in 2016, 2017, but now it's full throttle. Even though if you watch, shout out to Brother Ron, the awakening is amazing. My man, go to his channel. Matter of fact, I'm putting some links to that in here too. He's been on the Israel series, right? And he's dealing with the lies of the replacement theology. The Most High is not through with Israel, right? The Most High didn't replace Israel. He didn't get a new Israel, right? The Rev 2.9 claiming that they're Israel, claiming they are Hebrews but are not, right? He didn't replace the original Israelites, right? And he did replace the original Israelites with the church, right? The branch is grafted in, but you don't bear the root, but the root bear thee, right? And if he didn't spare his own folk, you can't just say the sinner's prayer and grace, and you just, bam, you can do whatever, whenever, however. That don't make sense. Take books, add, subtract books. No more Old Testament or whatever they, Old Testament, New Testament. Only thing, and I remember they used to have them little Bibles. It will be it'll be New Testament, the Psalm, and Proverb from the Old Testament. Them little green and little brown Bibles, little orange Bibles and stuff they used to pass out. And then, so you're missing all of that. Leviticus, Exodus, you're missing all of the genealogies of the First and Second Kings and First and Second Chronicles. You're missing the story, the beginning of creation and Genesis. You're missing a whole lot of stuff. And even how today the Atlantic slave trade is taught. They're trying to purge that too, get rid of the Atlantic slave trade story altogether. That's why they don't like critical race theory, because they're like you're changing history, but some folk don't want a bad light shown on them. But if it happened, it happened. It's the truth. We have to stick to the truth. Sometimes it's a hard truth, right? Sometimes when the Most High dealing with me with the truth, it rocks me. I can't lie to you. I'll be like, ooh, that joint's rocking me. But I have to be like, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. Abba Yah, let me like what you like. Let me hate what you hate. Let my thoughts be like your thoughts. Let my ways be like your ways. But it be rocking the flesh, man. It straight up be rocking the flesh, straight up and down. That's why they did and going to do even more. Yeah, this awakening is marvelous. And I'm going to tell you, this weekend, shout out to Elder Shelby, he was talking about that too. He was talking, Cam 2 in the building. Cam 2. What's going on? Blessings to you. But he was talking about, he didn't actually say Deuteronomy 28, but he read the claim there the Revelation 2 and 9. He was reading that, and he was basically saying it's important. We got to know who we are and whose we are. We'll walk different, man. We'll talk different. Like after I found out about the awakening, like Jeremiah read different, Isaiah read different, First and Second Kings read different. All these scriptures read different because I knew Hebrews read different. I knew the audience he was talking to. So it read totally different once we knew that. And some people say it don't matter. Your identity is in Christ. And some people even say this too. But man, if you say the sinner's prayer and you're no more sin and death, no more curse, why are you saying this? The curses of Deuteronomy 28. I'm talking about as a nation, right? They got individual repentance, but as a nation, because sometimes God judges nations, right? If you look all throughout the scripture, he judges nations. So as a nation, we got to come together, right? He's going to do it. He's just like he's doing the awakening. Because like I said before, either the awakening is what's going on, Either that's of the devil, Hasatan, or that's of the Ruach HaKodesh. Period, point blank. So if you're saying, man, all these people talk about the awakening, they have Hasatan. Okay, that's your position. And that's a great falling away because the Most High is, going to return. So everybody talk about this awakening. That's some people's position. They think the awakening, and matter of fact, I heard a UA person say that the awakening is a great falling away, and different things like that. I understand. That's understandable. Or it's the Ruach. He's breathing on his people, the dry bones, waking up, right? Out of nowhere. People just waking up. By coincidence, this person don't know this person, but they having the same thing in their spirit. How is that possible? They don't stay in the same town. They don't stay in the same city. And they both be like, hey, man. Deuteronomy 28 jumping off the page. It's always been in the book, right? How is that happening? The Most High is restoring things. And I think the enemy knows that, especially in the spirit. The enemies in the spirit know who's who, right? And even some people on the earth knows who's who. But he's trying to mix it up and jumble it up. So you don't know who you are. You don't know who's what. So that's very funny for somebody to say, it don't matter. You know what I mean? But the same folk do a casting couch and get mad of a fictional mermaid being black. That's fictional. It don't matter. They underwater. It's just let them have fun with it. Annie, when they did the Wiz, right? That don't really matter. Them all fictional. But then you say, no, that ain't how he was. He was bronze skin, cider stone. Man, you making skin doctrine. You worried about too much, man. You know, matter he came to save soul, that all that. We get it. We get it. I understand that. But you can't continue to perpetuate the lie. So I'm gonna read these scriptures. Hopefully I can pull them up and I can see them. Psalm 34 and Psalm 37 as well. Tehillim 34. Why is it not coming up? Oh, I was like, why it ain't projected? All right, let me get it. Tehillim 34. And why is it? I want it to be big. I want it to be bigger than that. Oh man. All right, that's cool. We can rock with that. A Psalm of David when he changed his behavior before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. I will bless Yah at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in Yah. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify Yah with me, and let us exalt his name together. Right? Also in that's pausing right here on Psalm 34 and 3. If you look into that series of the Hebrews and stuff, he goes in and say why they took the Most High's name out, put Lord in there and all that different stuff. It's very, very interesting. I sought Yah, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They look unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. The poor man cried, and Yah heard him and saved him out of all his troubles, not some, all of his troubles. The angel of Yah encamp around them that fear him and deliver them. So fear him, a reverential acknowledgement and respect for his finished work. Oh, taste and see that Yah is good. Blessed is the man that trusts in him. Oh, fear Yah, ye his saints, and there is no one in them that fear him. So there's no one in them that fear the Most High, or acknowledge the Most High, trust in, rely, obey the Most High. The young lions do lack and suffer, but they that seek Yah shall not want any good thing. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of Yah. That's one thing we got to restore. We got to teach the fear of Yah, because it don't take but 1 or 2 generations, and then we getting tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. We doing all kind of stuff, and we don't know. Ignorance ain't bliss, right? They had a board game, a Ouija board game, right? And you think you playing with a little game. You used to go to Toys R Us and buy wheat. Well, I didn't, but they had them on the shelf, like right next to Monopoly, right next to Life. You can buy a Ouija board and play with it. Ignorance is not bliss. Those are gateways, man, to get you into stuff. But if we don't know no better, we just do what we don't know. We're ignorant of it, right? Ignorance is not bliss. So we got to make sure we teach our people, our children, our seed, our grandkids, our nephews, our nieces, the fear of Yah. What man is he that desired life and love many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. I want y'all to read this again tonight when I get off the air. Tehillim 34, Psalm 34. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of Yah are upon the righteous, those who are in right standards with him. And his ears are open to their cry. So his ears are open to your cry. The face of Yah is against them that do evil. Ooh, look at this. To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. Right? So even though it say Tehillim 30 or 83, they tried to conspire together and cut off the name of Israel, cut off the name of the seed of Israel. That's what's going to happen to them. Right? The righteous cry, and Yah heareth them, and delivered them out of all their troubles. Yah is nigh unto them that are of broken heart, and saving such be a contrite spirit. So Yah is nigh to the humble, right? Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yah deliver him out of them all. He keepeth his bones, and not one broken. This Psalms 34 and 20 is a prophecy of Yahusha when he died. When he died on the tree. After the crucifixion, they used to break the legs of the people that, and then take them down. But so prophecy could be fulfilled. Yahusha's legs wasn't broken. If you read it, he said he keep all his bones, not one of them is broken. And that's prophetic, because this was David before Yahusha was on the scene. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. Yah redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Amen. Amen. Praise Yahusha HaMashiach. I'm going to read that 34 too, because sometimes we can get in our flesh. Oh, I went to a whole new book. Hold on, I'm going back. See how they do? I'm going to type it in now. This is so you can be Psalm 37. You look out and you see, it look like the wicked doing their thing. Or I can only speak for myself, be transparent, and you try to do the right thing. And it's not by might or by power, but it's by a spirit. You try to do your thing, do the right thing. Man, these folk out here hooking and crooking and stealing and dealing and wheeling. And I'm like, man, look like that's why finances alone is not the blessing of Abraham. It's not the blessing of the Most High. You do need funds and finances in this world. I'm not saying be a martyr and a pauper, right? But you can't just base it off of finances alone, because cats got some deep pockets, and they're wicked than a fool, just straight devil, and got some deep pockets. But it's only for a season, and it also say the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Amen. So a Psalm of David: fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be envious of the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like grass and wither like green herb. Trust in Yah and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yah, and he shall give you the desires of thy heart. He has not forgotten you guys. He will give you the desires of your heart. He ain't forgot you, right? Hold steadfast. Commit thy way to Yah. Trust in him also, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and the judgment as noonday. Rest in Yah and wait patiently on him. Some of you guys got sleepless nights. We're going to rest in Yah. We're going to trust in Yah. We're going to know, take no thought for tomorrow, right? They got deadlines and they got this, that, and the other, and they making threats and they making all this. Rest in Yah, and wait patiently on him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because a man bring wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any way to do evil. Right? Sometimes you can get mad, right? You know, they just say, Bible says, be angry but sin not. You can be angry and still sin. You know, if you let the flesh get the best of you, right? For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yah, they shall inherit the earth. So it say the meek shall inherit the earth multiple times. You shall inherit it. Yah said, I give it to you. I give you wells you haven't dug and vineyards you haven't planted. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I'll give it to you. You don't have to divide and conquer for it. I'll give it to you, but you got to wait upon me. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Wow. Yea, thou shalt diligently diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall, look, here it is again. The meek shall inherit the earth. Inheritance. I'm going to give it to you. And shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Not the false peace, not the fake peace that's coming up, right? You can't have peace without the Sar Shalom, the Yahusha. The wicked plotted against the just and gnashed his teeth upon him, right? We be saying the wicked just plotting, they just living their lives and eating hot chips and laughing and having good times and they just sitting there plotting, having these meetings. The Most High shall laugh at him, for he see that his day is coming. Wow. The wicked have drawn out the sword. Modern days, these rifles and these nukes and these tanks, and have bent their bow and cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as to be upright conversation. The sword shall enter their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. And I remember, and I think about you setting this trap for somebody else, and you digging a ditch that you're going to fall in. A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wickeds. Don't sell your integrity to rub shoulders with the gatekeepers. Don't sell your integrity to rub shoulders with the people who got temporary riches. A little that a righteous man have is better than riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but Yah upholdeth the righteous. Yah knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance again, shall be forever. Forever is a long time. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine. Oh, man, oh, man. In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. That hit me right there. Because we're dealing with famine right now. Not just famine with food, but famine for the integrity, the righteousness, and the word of the Most High. In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. He said that. Tehillim 37:19. In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. Wow. Faith comes by hearing the word of Yah. We hear it, we activate it, we speak it, we see it, we remind ourselves of it, and it just comes off the page. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yah shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. A lot of people know this is their fate. A lot of people don't know. The wicked borrow to pay not again. You owe somebody some money, get them people their money back. Don't be wicked. Get them people their money back. If you got it, go on, pay them back. Right? That's crazy. The people who borrow the money forget, and the people who loan the money never forget. It could be 10 years. And you'll be like, man, that sister owe me $100. That brother owe me $150. You'll never forget. But it seems like the one who borrowed it, sometimes they forget. Okay? The wicked borrow and payeth not, but righteous showeth mercy and give. And you are blessed to be a blessing. Right? You have extra not to just hoard up on yourself. Right? Give and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken and given, and run to those shall men. He give another man or woman, shall men give into your bosom. They gonna give to you. And it's not just monetary, but monetary is included. Your time, talent, and treasure. Right? Give, and it shall be given unto you. For such as be blessed of him shall inheritance again, shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yah, and he delighteth in his way. Right? So don't fret now because of evildoers. It said the steps of a good man the steps of a good man are ordered by Yah, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for Yah upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now I'm old, and I have yet seen the righteous forsaken. I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. Forevermore is everlasting. For Yah loved judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. He's not forsaken you. They are preserved forever. That's a long time. But the wicked seed shall be cut off. Ooh, that's terrible. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speak wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his Yah is in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. When the law of Yah is in your heart, your steps will not slide. The wicked watch the righteous and seek to slay him. Always watching, trying to lurking, stalking, sitting, trying to come up with something, come up with the schemes. The wicked watch the righteous and seek it to slay him, and Yah will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait upon Yah and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee, there that inheritance again, to inherit the land. And the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. So you're going to see the wicked being cut off. Okay? I have seen the wicked with great power and spread himself like a green bay tree. Right? He doing his thing. Right? They're having conferences and doing their thing. Right? Fake sending people to the moon and the whole nine. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, and he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace. Shalom. Shalom, that perfect peace. He'll keep you in shalom, that perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. Man. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of Yah. He is their strength in the time of trouble. So he's going to be our strength in the time of trouble, time of Jacob's trouble, right? The time, perilous time that's coming up. And Yah shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because why? Because they trusted in them. Man, it just it's like medicine. It just feel good just reading it. You know what I mean? Man, Shalom, Lynn Bernard. It's just a reminder. Just a reminder. You read that Tehillim, that Psalms 37. Every time you feeling down, because we in this flesh, man. We know what's going on. You trying to live right, do the right thing, and it just seems like you can't rub two nickels together to make a dime some days. You know what I mean? But he said, I was once young, but now I'm old. I never seen the righteous forsaken or a seed begging bread. And it just seemed like the wicked just doing it and high rises and sitting in the front row seats of the World Series games and all that. But what is it profit, man? To gain the whole world and lose a soul. What is it profit? So stick to your integrity. Hold on. And if you've done everything, stand. We got to stand, man. And that word, it's a famine for that word, man. And they are going, it's a famine. You're gonna be, he said, you're gonna be hated for my name's sake. They ain't gonna love you and hate Yahusha. I used to think that when I was young, like, man, if I be cool, you know, Yahusha was radical. But if I be cool, I think I was real young. I would think I was younger than a teenager. If I be cool, then they might not like me, but they ain't gonna mess with me. They ain't gonna plot against me. They ain't gonna come try to mess. No, they don't care if you like them or not. They still not feeling you, and they still coming for you. So might as well be with the Most High. Do the things of the Most High, right? So blessings to y'all. I got to get a box for this. Subscribe, like, share if you haven't already. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, once it get to 981, getting close to 1,000, then it just 2 or 3 just shave off. So I don't know if people just unsubscribing, which is fine. Like I said, you just free will, free choice, or it's just, I don't know, some funny stuff behind the scenes. I think Pastor Kelly was talking about that too. Like, man, look like some of my subscribers, you know, somebody behind the scenes unsubscribing my joints. That's crazy, right? Because the more subscribers you get, the more influence. Not just to puff yourself up, what some do, right? But to give the word of the Most High to the nations, right? Somebody, what I just read tonight, that would stop suicide thoughts. That would bless somebody. That's a reminder to say the Most High is with you. If Yah before you, who can be against you? That's an encouragement to say, don't give up. It ain't over, right? He'll never leave you or forsake you. Don't give up. Stand strong, right? Read that scripture. Read that Psalm 34. Read that Psalm 37. Be encouraged. Be encouraged in the Most High. Continue to tell people about his goodness, right? We have to. I know we waiting for the great exodus and like this place is just that hell in a handbasket. But there's some folk here that he won't. The stranger and true Israel that's asleep alike that need to be waking up and they need to be tended to before we get out, right? We don't shut the blinds and wait for the second exodus. No, that's not what it is, right? We are salt and light of the earth. We're a peculiar people. We're a royal priesthood. And that's why the enemy hates it. He hates it so much because we stopping his progress. Isaiah 14 say, I will be like the Most High. He wants to be like the Most High. And so you like, you blowing a whistle, you're a whistleblower, right? You messing up his plan. You're messing up progress, progressivism, right? You're messing up his progress to start a global reset and a new world order. And ain't nothing wrong with the system that was in place. Let me tell y'all something. Ain't nothing wrong with the system that's in place. I mean, we are born in sin, shaped in iniquity, we in a sin fallen world. But they have to destroy and tear up so they can rebuild. Like the Phoenix from the ashes story, right? You got to inflate it and say, man, we got a food shortage, we got a gas shortage, we got this shortage, we got that shortage, we got this going on, and the jobs is gone, and the water is bad, and say all of this crazy stuff to mess the world up so they can rebuild it and to their image, to their likeness, to their kingdom that they want to set up. And it's not gonna work. He said, I own the cattle of 1,000 years. The earth is the Lord, earth is the Most High and the fullest thereof. This is my stuff. They're my people. This is my stuff. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. So we got to hold on. You know what I mean? You're on a winning team. If you with the Most High, you know the Most High, you on a winning team. The enemy know it, right? Everybody riding Bugatti, some of them folk know it too. They're like, man, they ain't got 2 nickels to rub together, and they happy, they laughing, they making videos and just enjoying life. Man, I'm telling you, when I used to take kids on field trip to Chicago, be a lot of us's, we'd be off, kid noise. They're like, oh, they all happy. They're not being unruly. They just being happy. Man, you should see some of the scowls I see. You don't want a kid to be happy, joyous, having fun, right? Now, sometimes you go to a museum, you got to be quiet. But I'm talking about we out here in the zoo, we somewhere, man, and you should see the scowls. Like, how dare you be joyous? How dare you be happy? You're supposed to be sad, subservient, beat down. Man, you only can do so much to the people of the Most High. You only can do so much. It'll form, but it won't prosper. Period, point blank. Yeah. She said, they better come on. Yeah, I know. I know. I get it. But that's what we got to do. We gotta do that. Thank you, Nicole Marie. Shalom. Blessings to you. I'm rolling. Okay, they are unsubscribing people. Keep the faith. Yeah, I thought they was doing that. Because it would get to a certain number. That's the only reason I recognize it. If it get to 980, boop, go back down. 981, boop, go back. And it won't be like 10, but it'll be 3 here, 2 here. Like, so now people are thinking that they are subscribed, and they don't get the notification because they got unsubscribed. It's wild, man. Yeah. Remind the subscribers to make sure they're still subscribed. So make sure y'all still subscribed if you have. And y'all know 20 people amongst all y'all to get it to 1,000. And if it dropped from 20 people, I know there's something funny going on. My brother. My brother is on here. Good word, much needed. Shalom, my childhood brother. Tyree Love, he's down in Indianapolis doing big things. Love you, man. Proud of you, man. Man, doing good things, man. That's my brother, man. I got to come down there and get a sandwich, man. Yeah, and I got to cut down on the fries, man. But I ain't gonna tell y'all my business. I had some fries with lemon pepper on it today, so pray for me. They was live though, y'all. It's an old school 89 word. 1989, they was live, baby. They was live. Pray for me, because they woo. So, anyway. Hey, I can't even lie to y'all, man. Them joints was cold. You know, they put the right amount of season on it. They ain't real salty. They ain't real cold. They ain't real. Just a little bit of season. I was like, what these people doing in here, man? So I got it. I'm eating better, but I'm being transparent. This Elephant Man podcast, I'm being transparent. Man, it was live, man. Live. All right, man, we're going to get off of here. Subscribe, like, share. Make sure you still subscribe. Oh, it's no pressure either. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool. Because I know some people don't even be in the chat. They're being lurking like the Cookie Crisp. No, not the Cookie Crisp, but never mind. They don't come in the comments, man. They be like, what is he talking about? He don't know what he's talking about. Praise y'all. Just want to encourage y'all. Just want to bless y'all. Elephant Man Podcast Network, Grown Man Conversations, dealing with elephants in the room. Why does computer want to act up, man? Oh, man. Elephant Man Podcast Network, Grown Man Conversations, dealing with elephants in the room, and we are out of here.